shoes, glorious shoes. You can't go wrong with the perfect pair of shoes. The right color and style can make you feel like a star. Put on the wrong pair and it's sheer agony.
I keep the extra heels at work.
Yeah, I have 2 pairs of heels in a drawer.
The average American woman owns 17 pairs of shoes, but only wears 3 pairs on a regular basis.
I think I own 25 pairs.
Maybe around 15.
The average man also owns about 17 pairs.
I think 13 pairs.
But not everyone can walk into a store and buy shoes off the rack.
Being comfortable, appropriate for work, and somewhat stylish, all 3, and then in a size 11, it's hard to find.
Such was the case for shoe designer Anya Liu. She had the opposite problem, finding shoes in her size, a 3.5. The former DuPont engineer and dancer started her multi-million-dollar company 8 years ago.
My sister called me the day before her wedding and says, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to go buy me a pair of shoes.
And even though her sister already had a pair of shoes, she could only wear them for a total of 15 minutes max. But some women choose fashion over sensibility and eventually end up here, in the office of Dr. Jennifer Purvis, a podiatrist in Northern Virginia.
I tell people who have foot problems, put your tennis shoe or your sandal on while you're getting ready in the morning, and maybe even when you're driving to church, and then change into your shoe before you walk in.
Most people will walk some 75,000 miles by the time they're 50. That's like walking around the earth 5 times.
The foot and ankle is a very complex structure. There's 26 bones plus dozens of ligaments and tendons.
The most common problems? Pain in the heel, arch, and ball of the foot, tendon issues in the ankles, bunions, hammer toes, and finally, toenails, ingrown and otherwise. And we make these worse by wearing the wrong shoes.
There's a problem called pump bump, where the shoe actually can rub on the back of the heel.
If you have fallen arches, you'll need more support than the typical flat shoe, flip-flop, or sandal may give. And what about those painful bunions and hammer toes? They're usually hereditary, but
we tend to do things to our feet, such as squeeze them into pointy-toed shoes or pretty high heels.
If you must wear a dress shoe, look for one with a heel that's 2 inches or less. If you walk a lot, choose for comfort, such as a sneaker that gives you nice arch support. An orthotic in your shoe is always an option.
There's nothing worse than walking around in an uncomfortable pair of shoes, no matter how cute they are. But trends are changing, and that's good news for your feet.
It's not just the type of situation where you just go make a shoe and put cushioning in it and also it's comfortable.
You probably have to pay a little bit more for the shoes, but there's definitely some very cosmetically appealing shoes that patients wouldn't be embarrassed to walk around in that still give good support for the foot.
Which brings us back to designer Anya Liu. The thought of wearing orthopedic shoes can be devastating. Her goal? To create shoes that look as good as they feel, a style she calls couture comfort.
I am my own demographics. I serve women just like me and like you. We engineers, we solve problems. If we can send men walking on the moon, how can we not have a collection of shoes for women that we can look chic?
Liu wants to empower women and tell them they can look good and feel good at the same time. And that's something that retailers want to pass on to their customers.
Women look far more beautiful when they walk comfortably in a shoe than when they're tottering because it's uncomfortable.
And people are taking note.
I'm trying to be stylish, but I think now comfort is my priority.
And if you ever need a little pick-me-up, always remember,
if you want to forget all of life's troubles, wear tight shoes. We all have much more important things to think about, so keep your feet comfortable and healthy.
Jennifer Wishon, CBN News, Washington.